So, Helldivers, a lot has been going on in the community recently, and the CEO has actually apologized for lots of stuff. Also, we've been told from the CEO that we're going to be getting always free stuff, and also I am going to be giving away some free stuff as well, as I believe that we should have had this already, we really should have, but I am going to be giving you guys the daily updates as I've always been doing recently on Helldivers 2, so if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure to smash that like button, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to stay up to date daily with news on the game. So let's get straight in with things, talking about what's been going on. So Helldivers 2 boss apologizes for horrible dev comments and says Arrowhead has taken action internally to educate our developers. So conversations about the recent balance patch turned heated after Helldivers 2 developers responded dismissively to player complaints. So the first Helldivers 2 balance patch went live recently, and it hasn't gone over well with some players. Those embers of discontent were fanned by a few members of the Helldivers team. A moderator on the game's Discord, for instance, said, "Watching you all cry amuses me," while another said on the Reddit that the complaints about the weapon nerfs were perhaps in a reality of a skill issue. In response to these complaints, to the comments, the CEO Johan said pretty much he has taken to Reddit to tell the community that this is not a message that the studio stands behind, and the steps are being taken to ensure this doesn't happen again. To my reading, it comes off as developers trying to have a little bit of fun with the community, just a good bit of nature ribbing and trash talking, but a vocal corner of the Helldivers 2 community and Reddit did not take it that way, and it led to a blow up on the Helldivers subreddit as accused Arrowhead, for instance, gaslighting and demeaning the player base. Some of the replies from the developers did go a little far. I'm feeding, which I don't think I've seen this one. I'm feeding the rage. I'm feeding the rage a little for my own entertainment here, just so you know. One wrote, seemingly acknowledging and dismissing the upset amongst the community. He then went on to say the balance patch made two of the most brainless playstyles less viable, which, no surprise here, didn't go over screamingly well. The developer in question later apologized, saying he went a little bit too far with the trolling and that he wouldn't be engaging with the community any further. "I figured I'd have a little fun with players, but realized being a dev, I'm in an unfair position," he wrote. "Maybe this isn't going to mend anything with you, but at least I feel like I should own up and apologize. I'm sorry." But that didn't calm the waters. Players on Reddit roundly rejected the apology and continued to complain that Arrowhead simply wasn't taking them seriously. Finally, Johan, a regular presence on social media himself, stepped in. Johan went on to say, "Since I'm a heavy subscriber of a communicative studio, it means that I encourage developers to engage with the community. However, this also exposes us to risks of miscommunication or heated arguments, and it's something we actively discuss internally at the studio to improve on. While I understand it reflects on the studio as a whole, it is not our intention, and this should not be the behavior from us. We want to ensure that you have the best time possible in this game and the community." In separate follow-up posts, Johan described some of the developer statements on Reddit and Discord as horrible and inexcusable behavior, and said that Arrowhead is taking action internally to educate our developers on how to represent the organization. "This is not the message the studio stands behind, and we're always working to make it an enjoyable experience and community that we can." He also briefly touched on complaints about the balance patch, said we're actively read as much as we possibly can and take what's said into consideration when we discuss things internally. Right now, the hot topic is your guys' feedback and response to the balance adjustments and the feeling of the game experience at large. So yeah, I mean, it's very interesting. So Helldivers, so it's not a competitive game like League of Legends or Counter-Strike 2, but a cooperative game where players are being prompted by the studio to wage narrative battles and complete a number of objectives by a certain date. Yeah, exactly. And it's a bit surprising to see Johan so quickly and completely throw his developers under the bus, but it seems that it had the desired effect. Some players are now riffing on his educate our developers comment in the comments of the game's narrative, in which could potentially disloyal or subversive citizens are sent to freedom camps, and others have even defended the position taken by the Helldivers 2 developer at the center of the controversy, although not necessarily the way he expressed it. As one put, the unfortunate part is he was right in what he was saying. Yeah, so pretty much it's just classic, it's just classic beef, that always happens when these nerf changes and balance patches happen. I personally am someone that doesn't think the devs took it too far. I mean, I get from one standpoint that you look up to the devs, right? When you're playing a game that you love so much, you look to the devs for that security and what's coming next and things. But also, I don't feel like it's anything wrong with maybe. So yeah, the trolling's fine and everything like that, having a little bit of banter and stuff in the chat, but I do believe that I guess that maybe after doing that, they should just say something like, yeah, guys, we're just having a bit of fun with you. We are looking into this and we will be working on it. Because you have to remember, people are sinking hours and hours into this game. And if they don't have the proper respect from the devs, they're not going to be happy. But I do feel like sometimes players can whine a little bit too much, it's not like he said, screw you all, we don't care about you type thing, you know what I mean? But I do get why some players aren't happy, so I can see both sides to it. Anyway, Johan goes over on the Discord to say, oh yes, we are constantly going to give. So pretty much this is like, loads of people are talking about, are you going to be giving us free compensation and stuff? And they're kind of hiding away from that aspect of things. So that's what I did want to go in, because, at the start there was terrible server issues. People obviously were paying for a game that they can't play at the beginning. Now that's obviously all been fixed. But they said, oh yes, we are constantly going to add more stuff to the game. Enemies, objectives, biomes are always going to be free and expand the experience, which I think is really nice from Johan to say, but I do believe that it would have been nice to give some form of extra compensation. I know it's a great thing to reassure us that everything is going to be free. I'm sure there's other stuff that may be paid in the future, and that's great stuff, but I feel like whenever servers are down and you're, on a game you've literally paid your hard-working money for, I don't think compensation, is too much to ask for. So that's why I decided, since you guys have welcomed me so warm into the community, I'm going to give away some super credits to some random people in the comment section. It's easier, really. I do my announcements on X, on Twitter. So if you guys go and follow me on X, the link will be in the description down below, and then you can get involved. Pretty much just put a comment and stuff and follow me on X, and I'll just be picking like random people to win super credits, because why not? I mean, I haven't even bought any super credits for myself at the moment, but so you guys are going to be getting them before I even be able to access them on my own account. But I just thought it'd be nice. Just drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you want to get involved. I've seen so many people in the Discord saying, when are they giving compensation? Is any compensation coming? So I thought, you know what, yeah, it's great that we know the content's going to be free, but we need that little bit extra of happiness. So that's why I thought I'd step in. I will do it for you, Johan, and give you compensation to your community out of my tiny pocket compared to the multi-millions you've brought in so far. Okay, no hate to Johan. I feel like he'll absolutely destroy me online if I was to call him out. Anyway, good luck to everyone to get involved. I will announce it on X, link in the description down below for the winners for Helldivers super credits. But apart from that, leave a like, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in my next video very soon. See you guys then.